Hey guys, welcome to Caribbean Olga. Do y'all remember I did a story about a week ago about Wade, a young man who was ran over by a cop's car and subsequently was buried without his family knowing. His body was then exhumed without his family being present, although they made arrangements to be present at the exhumation. Well, they just had the burial, the official funeral by the family. And the mom had a lot to say, as well as Al Sharpton and the attorney for the family, Ben Crump, because they're taking this thing all the way. They have sued city officials as well as the police department, and I guess the jury is going to award this family a lot of money. That's what I am predicting. The family had an independent autopsy before they buried him. His injuries were so extensive that now Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, along with the family, are crying foul play. I mean, somebody got to pay, and I suspect it probably is the cop who is in jail right now for unaliving his uncle. He probably had something to do with it. Of course, this is all alleged. Probably had one of his cop buddies do the dirty deed for him because he was ran over by a cop. Hit the like bell as you come onto the page. Hit the like, and subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. Now, so there's an update on the story. TSR Investigates did an update recently on the story of Wade. What happened to him?
She thought her son disappeared.
Where is it gonna stop?
So she filed a missing persons report.
Is this how the system works?
Dexter Wade was dead. A police officer struck and killed him while crossing an interstate. It took his mom almost 6 months to find out that officials went ahead and buried his body without telling her.
Oh, we're going to get to the truth.
The lies that county leaders allegedly told to cover up the mishap. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. March 5th, 2023, 37-year-old Dexter Wade left home and never returned. He was crossing Interstate 55 in Jackson, Mississippi, when an off-duty police officer struck and killed him with his police cruiser. The ordeal was originally ruled an accident, but the family says what police, the county coroner, and county officials did to his body thereafter was no accident.
I came to y'all for help. I came to y'all for that help that I needed.
That help she needed from Jackson police is now heartache for Betterson Wade. 9 days after she hadn't heard from her son, Dexter Wade, she filed a missing person report. She says no matter what, he always told her where he was going.
Kept telling me, no, we don't know where he is.
But that wasn't true. When the officer struck and killed Wade on March 5th, 2023, county and city officials claimed that he had no identification on him. But they did see that he had a prescription pill bottle with his name on it. They then called the medical provider on the label, says Jackson Mayor Chuck Wade.
That medical provider
So he would be buried here in a pauper cemetery behind the county. He became a number.
There was a lack of communication with the Missing Persons Division, the coroner's office, and accident investigation.
It wasn't until August that an investigator assigned to the case told the family that something terrible happened. He wasn't missing at all. He had been dead for 5 months and his body was already buried.
Now, can I Zoom my child and try to get some peace?
The county board did grant her wish, and they were notified by letter and phone that Wade's body was to be exhumed at 11:30 a.m. on November 13th. The family planned to be there and start the process of planning a proper burial. But then, another twist.
Like a thief in the night, they went and took the body out the ground.
Public works crews removed the body 3 hours early at 8:30 a.m., robbing the family of getting to witness the exhumation.
Now y'all take that from me. I couldn't even see him come out the ground. Y'all didn't give me the time to see him before he took his last breath. I didn't get to see him come from the ground.
What are they hiding? What are they hiding?
They were hiding a lot, says renowned defense attorney Ben Crump, who is now on the case. The family hired a pathologist to conduct an independent autopsy and found, quote, that Dexter Wade's body was not embalmed. He presented multiple blunt force injuries to the skull and pelvis. His left leg was amputated. And the most puzzling, that there was a wallet in the front pocket of his jeans containing his state identification card with his home address, his credit card, and a health insurance card, end quote. But remember, officials said that he had no identification on him.
I understand that you can suffer a lot of injuries in a motor accident if you get hit by a car. But why was the leg amputated? That's puzzling to me. And if you have questions about one thing, you're going to have questions about other things. This is why the family is saying foul play was involved. And then they could have contacted the family. Even if they could not get them on the phone, they could have driven by the house and let somebody know. Because the man had ID on him. At least he had a prescription bottle. With a prescription bottle, you go to the pharmacy, contact the pharmacy, they will give you a home address on that person. So there's no way that they can say they could not contact the family. Well, the mayor's office said that it was some type of mix-up or foul-up, but it was a lot of mix-up and foul-ups. Don't you think? Drop your comment in the comment section.
At the time.
Y'all cover it up. Y'all did that.
The Shade Room took these concerns to the city of Jackson. A spokesperson wrote us and said, quote, that the authority to examine, bury, and or exhume lies with Hinds County and not the city of Jackson.
So now they're going to pass the buck. It's not our jurisdiction, it's their jurisdiction.
For these reasons, any questions surrounding possessions found on Mr. Wade's body or his burial or exhumation should be directed to the Hinds County Coroner's Office or Hinds County officials. So we contacted the Hinds County Administrator, Kenny Wayne Jones. We're still waiting to hear back, but he did say this in a recent interview with the ABC News affiliate WAPT in Jackson.
It was very unfortunate. No cover up or anything like that, just miscommunication.
The family is not buying it, but on Monday, November 20th, they had to power through the pain and gave Dexter Wade a proper service. Reverend Al Sharpton delivering the eulogy.
That could have been my son. That could have been your son. If you think you can put him on a shelf and bury him in Potter's Field like he didn't exist and we wouldn't do nothing about it, you were sadly mistaken. His life mattered to his mama, to his daughters, and we gonna make it matter all over this country.
Dexter Wade leaves behind a number of family members, including his mother and two daughters. Now, this is not the first time the Wade family has challenged Jackson police. Just 2 years ago, Dexter Wade's uncle, George Robinson, was killed after a physical encounter with several Jackson police officers. One of those officers was sentenced to prison in the case. Now, in the meantime, the Wade family, with the support of Ben Crump and his legal team, are now calling on the U.S. Department of Justice to investigate this case, to investigate Dexter Wade's death and the circumstances that unfolded thereafter.
So the independent pathologist, Frank Peretti, that the family got, has poked holes in the case, and that's why they got a lawyer to represent them. So the lawyers, as well as the family, are now believing there was a cover-up that happened, as well as foul play. The family also said when his body was exhumed, they found his wallet in front of his jean pocket. So either someone got lazy and not called the family, or not even bothered to take the wallet out and call the family because he had his ID in the wallet. According to NBC News, he suffered severe head injuries, as well as his left leg was amputated, and his body appeared to be completely run over by the police vehicle. He also had multiple blunt force injuries to his skull, ribs, and pelvis. The body had not been embalmed, so it was in an advanced stage of decomposition when it was exhumed. The officer who hit Wade had not been charged in connection to his death. Despite severe head injuries, local police also did not administer a field sobriety test or cite him. At this time, The identity of the police officer remains private from the public. According to NBC News,